Here I'm again, and I just want to say a few words about a man that meant a lot to me in this life, and he was my mentor, as my pastor of almost 19 years, and he went home to be with the Lord just recently. That's why it's been so long since I've uploaded a video up to YouTube. I've been in Indianapolis, but I just want to give a little bit of honor where honor's due, because he was my mentor all those years. He was a man who began. He started out. He was a really fiery preacher and a very wise man. But one day he had a stroke, and he had to get surgery on his neck. He had stroked on the operating table, and so after that stroke, he lost everything. He lost his ability to communicate with anything. He couldn't speak. He didn't have any vocabulary anymore. He couldn't play the guitar anymore. Couldn't sing. However, there was one little miracle that did take place in his tragic loss of everything, was the fact that he could still sing the song "Amazing Grace." And so, to me, that put the hope of his recovery into the picture, so that God showed us that His grace is sufficient. And so he didn't quit. He didn't walk away from the pulpit. He continued. We all gathered together a petition, and we all signed it, and we gave it to him that we didn't want him to stop preaching. But all that time, it was kind of like learning a new language. As he was learning how to speak again, the doctors told him that he would never put 3 words together in a sentence ever again. But God had other plans for that. Although he had a new accent and a strange way of speaking, he communicated with simple words but profound, deep understanding, because he didn't lose his wisdom. He still maintained his wisdom. He just lost his ability to communicate that wisdom to you and I. But over the years, we learned how to understand him and how to listen to him. And so I believe that all of us, as his congregation, we gained more than he did, because we gained a respect for a man that normally, most people would just give up, because they just didn't have the fight in them. He came back, and he remained a preacher, and he was a preacher to the day that he left the earth, and so he was a servant of God. His favorite saying was "man of God," and that's what he fought, and he strived to be, a man of God, and that he was. But this is to honor his memory, because without him I wouldn't be who I am today. And if he did nothing else in this life, in this world, he made a difference in my life. And so for that, I know there's great reward for him in heaven. So his name was Pastor Jim Whitaker, and he's gone to be with the Lord, and I know I'll see him again someday. So that's for him, and I thank the Lord God that he was involved in my life enough to bring me across Brother Jim's path. And so this is for him. And I thank you for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.